the Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress, one of the most iconic bombers of the Second World War. With 4 engines, heavy armour, and powerful defensive guns, it was a backbone of America's strategic bombing campaign. But what if I told you that the Japanese had their own fleet of B-17s? In the chaos of the early months of the war in the Pacific, amidst the fall of the Philippines and the Dutch East Indies, several American B-17s were captured intact or in repairable condition. These flying fortresses did not end up scrapped or burned. Instead, they flew again under a red sun. By late 1941, the United States had rushed a small amount of B-17s to the Pacific to help defend the Philippines. When Japanese forces invaded, many American aircrews had to flee or destroy their planes to avoid capture. But not all B-17s were so lucky. In early 1942, the Japanese overran airfields on Luzon in the Philippines and Java in the Dutch East Indies. There they discovered several B-17 bombers that had been abandoned, crash-landed or damaged in combat. Most notable amongst these were a B-17D left at Del Monte Airfield in Mindanao, a B-17E shot down during the retreat to Java, and another damaged B-17E found at the Singosari Airfield in East Java. The Japanese quickly realised that these wrecks were gold mines, not just propaganda tools, but technological treasure troves. Back in Japan, the B-17s were transported to the Takigawa Air Technical Research Institute near to Tokyo. Here, Japanese engineers and technicians meticulously studied every bolt and rivet of the American bombers. They salvaged parts from multiple wrecks to reassemble at least 2 flying B-17s, 1 B-17D, and 1 or possibly 2 B-17Es. They were repaired, repainted, and fitted with Japanese markings. At least one of these aircraft was given the designation Captured Aircraft Number 1001 by the Japanese Air Force. But what did the Japanese do with their captured B-17s? They didn't just admire them, they flew them. The aircraft was used extensively in flight testing and to train Japanese fighter pilots in interception techniques. These tests gave Japanese forces invaluable insight into the B-17's weaknesses, its blind spots, vulnerabilities in flying formation, and defensive gunnery arcs. This knowledge would later be used to help train Zero pilots on how to attack American bomber formations. The Japanese were particularly interested in the Norden bomb sight, the top-secret targeting device that gave B-17s their legendary accuracy. However, the US military had already taken precautions. Many of the Norden sites were either removed or destroyed before capture. In one of the most curious episodes of the Second World War, Allied intelligence spotted a B-17 flying over Mount Fuji in 1943. This sighting caused alarm. Had Japan developed its own heavy bomber? The answer was both more mundane, but also more fascinating. It was one of the captured flying fortresses, fully restored and airborne under Japanese control. The mystery aircraft featured prominently in Japanese propaganda films, sometimes presented as evidence of Japan's own long-range bomber capability. But Allied intelligence eventually deduced the truth. As the war turned against Japan, these rare flying fortresses disappeared from public view. Their final fate remains unclear. Most likely they were destroyed in American bombing raids or scrapped as Japan's war machine collapsed in 1945. None of the Japanese B-17s survived the war. Their legacy, however, is remarkable. These aircraft served as both tools of reverse engineering and psychological warfare, and they remain one of the strangest twists in the history of American aviation. The B-17 was a symbol of American resilience, but for a brief, strange moment, it also served in the hands of the enemy. A flying fortress turned double agent in the skies of war. Thanks for watching. To support our channel, please make sure to subscribe, and once again, thank you so much for watching.